Before 2026 begins, I need you to pause and look inside yourself, because this is not a speech for the faint of heart. This is not for the person who wants comfort, who wants excuses, who wants someone else to hand them success. This is for the ones who are tired of waiting, tired of seeing life pass them by, tired of mediocrity staring them in the face while they do nothing. I want you to feel every ounce of truth in this moment. Your life is a reflection of your effort, your choices, and your mindset. And if nothing changes inside you, nothing will change outside you. You can talk, you can dream, you can hope, but none of that matters unless you are willing to grind harder, dig deeper, and push further than you ever have before. This year will test you. It will strip away illusions. It will force you to confront the lies you've been telling yourself, the limits you've accepted, and the fear you've hidden behind for far too long. You will be challenged. You will be exhausted. And there will be moments when giving up seems like the easiest option. But listen carefully. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the ones who achieve from the ones who only dream. You are standing at the edge of possibility. And 2026 is your invitation to step into a version of yourself so powerful, so relentless, that anyone who doubts you will be forced to acknowledge your rise. I need you to understand something right now. No one is coming to save you. No one is waiting to hand you opportunity, validation, or success. Every single result you want, every goal you have, every dream that keeps you awake at night, those things exist in your future only if you claim them with your own hands. You have to be willing to outwork the competition, to endure the pain no one else can bear, and to master the mental battles that keep most people trapped in weakness. You must be willing to grind in silence, fight in obscurity, and sacrifice every ounce of comfort for the life you're meant to live. Your mind is a battlefield, and this year it becomes your weapon. Doubt, fear, distraction, they will all come for you. But you can train your mind to dominate, to focus, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to convert struggle into unstoppable momentum. You will discover that the pain, the rejection, the setbacks, they are not enemies. They are proof that you are alive, proof that you are pushing beyond the limits, proof that you are moving toward the life you deserve. 2026 is not a suggestion. It is a challenge. It is a declaration. It is the year that will expose your courage, your discipline, and your relentless drive. And if you are willing to embrace it fully, to grind relentlessly, to endure every test, to own every second of your life, then nothing can stop you. Your time is now. The world will not wait. Your destiny is calling. Step into it with everything you've got, because this is the year you rise, the year you dominate, the year you prove that no limit, no obstacle, and no force can stand in the way of someone who refuses to quit. 2026 is not a year for comfort. That is not just a statement. It is a declaration, a warning, and a challenge. Too many people step into a new year expecting things to change while they remain the same. They wake up with the hope that the universe will hand them the life they want without demanding the effort, the struggle, or the pain that success requires. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition, the invisible chain that keeps dreams locked away in the corners of your mind where they can never touch reality. This year, you cannot afford to linger in ease, in procrastination, in the excuse-laden belief that someone else will push you forward. Comfort is seductive. It whispers to you in soft, lazy tones, promising safety, promise of rest, and avoidance of hard truths. But safety does not create kings or queens. Rest does not forge champions. Avoidance does not lead to victory. Every moment spent clinging to comfort is a moment surrendered to mediocrity. And 2026 is not a year for mediocrity. To understand why comfort is the enemy, you must first understand what comfort truly is. Comfort is more than physical ease. It is the mental state where ambition is tamed, where fear of failure outweighs hunger for greatness. It is the habit of choosing the path of least resistance over the path of growth. When you are comfortable, your mind tells you it is enough, that your efforts are sufficient, that small incremental progress is satisfactory. It tells you that you can wait until tomorrow, that your dreams can remain in a distant, hypothetical future, that this year does not require your full blood, sweat, and tears. But this is a lie, and it is a dangerous one. The world will not wait for your comfort. Opportunities will not pause while you debate whether you are ready. Life does not honor hesitation. 2026 demands urgency, and comfort is the enemy of urgency. You must understand that the moments that will define this year are uncomfortable moments. They are the times when everyone else has given up, when everyone else has taken the easy route, when the majority chooses sleep over discipline, distraction over action, excuses over effort. These moments are the grinding sessions when your body screams to stop, but your mind refuses, when your emotions beg for delay, but your vision commands relentless pursuit. Comfort is the instinct that says, slow down, rest, wait, and play it safe. The grind, however, whispers a different language. It says, push harder, stay longer, sacrifice now for rewards later, endure when others quit, and fight when everyone else folds. If you want 2026 to be your year of breakthrough, you must embrace discomfort. You must welcome it. You must chase it as if it were the very air you breathe. Consider the examples of those who have truly succeeded in life. None of them reached the top by choosing comfort over struggle. The athlete who dominates the field does not spend their mornings in bed scrolling on their phone. The entrepreneur who builds empires does not accept the comfort of a paycheck and a predictable schedule. The artist who creates masterpieces does not stop at the easy sketches or the first attempt at mediocrity. Every single success story is built on a foundation of discomfort, a willingness to walk through the fire when everyone else walks around it. If 2026 is going to be your year, you must internalize this truth. Comfort is not neutral. It is active sabotage. It is the slow poison that prevents your mind from growing, your body from adapting, and your life from evolving. You cannot afford it. Not this year. Not ever. Being uncomfortable is not a curse. It is a privilege. It is the indicator that you are pushing boundaries, that you are moving closer to the person you were meant to become. Discomfort means you are awake, alive, and alert to the possibilities that others are too lazy to notice. It is the sharp edge that cuts through mediocrity, the force that separates dreamers from doers, and the tension that stretches your potential until it becomes reality. When you embrace discomfort, you learn to endure pain, to master patience, to tolerate the grind that others flee from. You build muscles not only in your body, but in your mind and your spirit. Each day that you reject comfort and choose action, even when your body begs for ease and your mind argues for surrender, you are building resilience. You are planting the seeds that will grow into the results, recognition and respect that you seek in 2026. But rejecting comfort is not easy. It is a daily war. You will face the temptation to give up, to stay where it is warm and predictable, to follow the familiar path instead of forging your own. You will be told by others that you are pushing too hard, that life should be easier, that you deserve rest and relaxation. These voices are lies. They are mirrors of society's fear of the grind, society's obsession with convenience and avoidance. 2026 is not a year to listen to them. It is a year to speak to yourself with fire, to demand more from yourself than anyone else dares to ask, to rise each day with a ruthless determination that comfort will not dictate your life. The truth is, the results you crave, the opportunities you seek, the transformations you desire, they all live on the other side of discomfort. They exist in the space where your muscles ache, where your mind screams for pause, where your emotions threaten to crumble your resolve. They exist in the uncharted territory where you have to fight not just the world, but your own instinct to remain stagnant. This is where 2026 will test you. Will you fold? Will you step back into comfort? Or will you lean forward, dig deeper, and embrace the grind with everything you have? The choice is yours. But understand this. Every moment you spend seeking ease is a moment wasted, and time is the one resource this year will not wait to give back. If you want 2026 to be different, if you want it to be the year that changes your life, then you must commit to discomfort. You must decide that ease, laziness, and compromise will no longer have a seat at your table. You must accept the grind, welcome the struggle, and pursue your goals with the intensity of a person who knows that life will not stop for their hesitation. This is the year to act when others sleep, to sacrifice when others eye, to push when others quit, and to fight when others surrender. Comfort is your enemy and the grind is your ally. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you will seize control of 2026 and transform it into the year that shapes the rest of your life. Comfort is a luxury you can no longer afford. Discomfort is your ticket to greatness. This is the truth of 2026, the challenge of the year, and the secret to building a life that no one can take from you. Choose wisely, push relentlessly, and make this your year. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is a furnace. Motivation will carry you only as far as your emotions allow. It's temporary, fleeting, and unpredictable. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to attack the world, ready to chase every goal you have written down. On other days, the fire is gone. Life has beaten you down. Sleep has been short. Responsibilities are heavy. And suddenly, the same goals that once lit a fire in your chest feel like mountains you cannot climb. If you rely solely on motivation, if you wait for the perfect feeling, the perfect energy, the perfect mood to pursue your dreams, you will fail every time. Motivation cannot be controlled. Motivation cannot be scheduled. Motivation cannot be forced. It is a gift, and gifts are unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a choice. Discipline is a decision that does not care how you feel. Discipline does not negotiate with excuses. Discipline does not falter when life gets hard. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who do, those who plan from those who conquer, and those who talk about success from those who actually live it. 2026 is not a year to rely on feeling good. It is not a year to wait for inspiration to strike. It is a year to decide that you will act no matter what, that you will rise even when your body wants to stay down, that you will move forward even when your mind screams for delay. Discipline is the engine that will carry you through the grind and is the only thing that guarantees results when the fire of motivation fades. Motivation is the cheerleader in your mind, the one who claps when things are going well, but it disappears the moment the storm hits. Discipline is the coach, the trainer, the drill sergeant that stands over you, pushing, demanding, refusing to accept weakness. If you want 2026 to be a year of transformation, you must embrace discipline as your lifestyle, not motivation as a fleeting feeling. Discipline is built through repetition. It is built through showing up when no one is watching, when no one believes in you, when the only reward is the knowledge that you honored your word to yourself. It is built in the early mornings when your bed is warm and inviting, but you force your body out into the cold to chase the work that others are too lazy to do. It is built in the late nights when your mind is exhausted, but your vision refuses to let you stop. Discipline is built in the consistent choices to say no to distractions, to say no to indulgence, to say no to excuses. Motivation will never teach you this. Motivation will never build the stamina necessary to conquer the challenges ahead. Discipline will. Discipline is the foundation that will allow you to keep going when motivation has left you stranded. Think about it. The most successful people in every field did not achieve greatness because they woke up every day feeling motivated. They achieved greatness because they developed routines, habits, and rituals that demanded action regardless of how they felt. The athlete who dominates does not wait to feel inspired before training. The entrepreneur building empires does not wait to feel motivated before working 16 hours a day. The artist creating timeless work does not wait for inspire before picking up the pen or brush. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Motivation may give you a push at the start, but discipline is the vehicle that carries you all the way to victory. Discipline also trains the mind in ways motivation cannot. When you rely on motivation, your mind becomes reactive. You act when you feel like it and rest when you don't. This is a recipe for inconsistency and failure. Discipline forces your mind to become proactive. It trains you to act despite fear, fatigue, and uncertainty. It builds mental toughness because you no longer have the choice to quit when things get hard. Discipline creates a mindset where quitting is not an option, where giving up is inconceivable, where every obstacle is seen not as a reason to stop, but as a reason to push harder. Discipline converts your goals from distant dreams into tangible, inevitable outcomes because you have trained yourself to take action whether or not you feel like it. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds over time. Every day you show up, every time you push past resistance, every decision to act when you could have rested adds up. Discipline is a bank account of effort, a currency that compounds interest in the form of skill, growth, and achievement. Motivation, by contrast, is a one-time gift. It burns fast and disappears. Rely on motivation, and you will have streaks of brilliance followed by streaks of mediocrity. Rely on discipline, and even when motivation abandons you, your progress continues. You develop a rhythm, a system, a structure that keeps you moving forward when the world tries to knock you down. 2026 is not a year for streaks of energy. It is a year for relentless, unstoppable momentum, and only discipline can deliver that. Discipline also forces accountability. When you rely on motivation, failure is easy to justify. I wasn't feeling it today. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and your dreams slip further away. Discipline does not allow excuses. Discipline says you are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your goals. You're responsible for your choices. This kind of accountability is brutal, but it is necessary. It is the kind of accountability that builds warriors, leaders, and conquerors. Discipline removes the crutches of feeling good or waiting for perfect circumstances. It places the responsibility squarely on your shoulders and tells you to act anyway. If 2026 is going to be your year, you must recognize that motivation alone will not carry you through the storms, the setbacks, and the grind that lies ahead. Motivation is the spark that lights the fire, but discipline is the fuel that keeps it burning. Discipline is the practice of doing what needs to be done, even when you do not want to do it. It is the commitment to excellence, the refusal to settle, and the relentless pursuit of your vision, regardless of how life challenges you. Discipline will demand sacrifice. It will demand consistency. It will demand that you show up again and again when every part of your body and mind is screaming to quit. But it is the only way to ensure that 2026 is not just another year, but the year you build, the year you conquer, and the year you rise. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for a feeling. Do not wait for inspiration. Wait for nothing. 2026 belongs to those who decide that they will act relentlessly, consistently, and without fail. Build discipline in your life. Train it like a muscle. Make it unbreakable. Make it your ally, your shield, your weapon. This is the year to act when others hesitate, to grind when others rest, and to achieve when others settle. Discipline over motivation is the law of the grind, the principle that will separate winners from dreamers, and the key to making 2026 your year of unstoppable success. Outworking everyone is not just a strategy. It is a mindset, a lifestyle, a relentless declaration that your effort will always exceed your competition, your peers, and even your own doubts. Too many people live their lives on autopilot, showing up when it is convenient, working only when the mood strikes them, and expecting results that they have not earned. This is the path to mediocrity. Outworking everyone is the recognition that success is not given, it is taken. It is the understanding that talent alone is not enough, that opportunities are fleeting, and that the world does not reward intention, it rewards action. If 2026 is to be your year of breakthrough, your year of transformation, your year of domination, then you must commit to a level of work that others are unwilling to endure. You must be willing to outwork everyone, not for a week, Not for a month, but every single day until the goals you are chasing become a reality. Outworking everyone begins with showing up, even when no one sees you, even when the world does not applaud your effort, and even when the comfort of rest calls louder than the call of ambition. Most people quit before they even get started because they are waiting for recognition, for validation, for someone to tell them it is okay to push harder. Winners, however, understand that no one is coming to rescue them. No one is going to hand them success on a silver platter, and no one is going to care about their excuses. Outworking everyone means you train while others sleep, you study while others party, you sacrifice while others indulge. It is the quiet grind, the relentless hustle that nobody sees, but that eventually becomes undeniable. You do not work to impress. You work to conquer. You do not work for applause. You work for results. You do not work for comfort. You work for greatness. To outwork everyone, you must push beyond the limits you think exist. Most people measure their work against what is convenient, what feels possible, or what others around them are doing. But if you want to rise above mediocrity, if you win, to be a year that defines you, you cannot measure yourself against the average. You must measure yourself against the impossible, against the limit, against the full capacity of your mind, body, and spirit. You must work longer, harder, and smarter than anyone else is willing to, because the only way to dominate in life is to create a gap that nobody else can bridge. Talent can be matched, intelligence can be rivaled, luck is fleeting, but effort is unstoppable when it is sustained. The person who outworks everyone does not wait for circumstances to be perfect. They create their own circumstances through relentless labor. Outworking everyone also requires mental toughness, because effort without endurance is nothing. It is easy to push when you are motivated, when you are inspired, or when things are going well. The real test of outworking everyone is when life throws obstacles, when your energy is low, when failure stares you in the face, and when quitting seems like the simplest option. The person who outworks everyone continues to push in these moments. They understand that the struggle, the exhaustion, and the sacrifice are the currency of greatness. Every extra hour of work, every additional step taken when your body protests, every moment you refuse to surrender to comfort or distraction, compounds into results that those who work only when convenient will never see. Outworking everyone is not about being faster. It is about being relentless, consistent, and unstoppable. It is also about strategy and smart effort. Outworking everyone does not mean blind hustle. It means understanding where your energy has the most impact, where your focus drives the greatest return, and where your actions multiply into tangible results. It means eliminating distractions, cutting out the noise, and dedicating yourself fully to what matters most. Outworking everyone is not EUST physical labor. It is mental, emotional, and spiritual commitment. It is the willingness to sacrifice sleep, social events, comfort, and convenience, not recklessly, but with a purpose. It is understanding that while others are busy trying to appear busy, you are busy producing, creating, learning, and dominating your craft. Outworking everyone also demands consistency. 1 week of exceptional effort does not create champions. 1 month of intensity does not build empires. You must grind daily, every day without exception. Rain or shine, energy or fatigue, recognition or obscurity, you show up. You show up because your goals are non-negotiable. Your vision is undeniable, and your commitment is unwavering. The world will always have distractions, excuses, and easy paths that tempt you to slow down. But outworking everyone requires ignoring those temptations and staying the course. Every day is an opportunity to widen the gap between yourself and the competition, to push further than anyone else, to develop skills, stamina, and resilience that cannot be replicated. Think about it. While others are satisfied with minimal effort, you are creating momentum that will carry you past them. While others are scrolling through social media, you are building skills, knowledge, and strength. While others rest in complacency, you are grinding in silence, accumulating the leverage that eventually becomes unstoppable force. Outworking everyone is not glamorous. It is not flashy. It is not celebrated in the moment. It is painful, tedious, and demanding, but this is the price of domination. The results may not be immediate, but they are inevitable if you refuse to quit. Those who outwork everyone eventually stand alone at the top, not by luck, not by talent alone, but by the relentless refusal to let anyone out-effort them. Outworking everyone also builds confidence and self-reliance. When you see what you are capable of achieving through sheer effort, when you realize that nobody else's actions determine your success, you develop an unshakable belief in your own ability. You no longer compare yourself to others because you know that your work ethic is unmatched. You no longer fear failure because you have prepared, sacrificed, and trained harder than anyone else possibly could. Outworking everyone creates a mindset of inevitability. The belief that your dedication, persistence, and relentless action will bring results no matter the obstacles. This mindset transforms ordinary individuals into unstoppable forces who dominate every area of their lives. In 2026, the grind will be real. Opportunities will not wait. Competition will not pause. Life will not slow down for your hesitation. If you want this year to be different, if you want it to be the year that separates you from everyone else, you must commit to outworking everyone. You must be willing to grind when others rest, to push when others quit, to sacrifice when others indulge, and to fight when others surrender. You must be willing to do the work that nobody sees, to endure the pain that nobody respects, and to pursue your vision with an intensity that cannot be matched. Outwork everyone, not for recognition, not for applause, not for validation, but for the undeniable truth that your effort will always outshine the competition and your results will always prove your commitment. Outworking everyone is the law of the grind. It is the principle that guarantees progress when talent fails, when luck is scarce, when circumstances are harsh. It is the only way to ensure that 2026 is not just another year, but the year you rise, the year you dominate, the year you claim the success that others only dream about. Work harder, longer, smarter, and with more intensity than anyone else. Because when you do, no one can stop you. No one can catch you, and no one can surpass you. This is your year to outwork everyone. This is your year to grind. This is your year to rise above all limits and become unstoppable. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is unavoidable. Setbacks will come. 2026 is not a year that promises comfort or ease. It is a year that will test you, challenge you, and demand everything you have. If you want this year to be different, if you want it to be the year that separates you from everyone else, you must embrace the pain. Pain is not the enemy. It is the fuel, the catalyst, and the teacher that forges greatness. Every champion, every leader, every person who has achieved more than anyone thought possible has learned to use pain as a weapon, to harness it as energy, and to convert it into progress. To resist pain, to avoid discomfort, to seek only pleasure and ease is to limit your potential and surrender to mediocrity. Pain is proof that you are alive, that you are pushing boundaries, and that you are in the arena where results are earned, not handed out. To embrace pain means to stop running from it, to stop pretending that life will be easy, and to confront reality with full awareness. Most people treat pain as a signal to quit. A failed project, a lost opportunity, a harsh rejection, a physical strain. These are seen as reasons to stop, to turn back, to seek safety. But pain is not a stop sign. It is a direction marker. It tells you where the growth is. It tells you that you are on the edge of transformation, that you are stepping into areas that challenge your mind, test your body, and demand the strength of your spirit. Pain is the cost of ambition, the toll of excellence, and the unavoidable companion of anyone who wants more than the ordinary. In 2026, if you want to achieve greatness, you must stop fearing pain and start learning to welcome it. In is a teacher, and it is relentless. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt is a lesson in disguise. When you are exhausted, when your muscles ache, when your heart pounds from relentless effort, that is the moment you grow stronger. When you are rejected, ignored, or underestimated, that is the moment you learn resilience. When life pushes you to the edge, that is the moment you discover what you are truly capable of. Pain is not a punishment. It is an invitation to rise, to fight, and to prove to yourself that nothing can break you. Every great story, every incredible achievement is filled with chapters of struggle, hardship, and suffering. And those who refuse to embrace these chapters remain trapped in the pages of mediocrity. To embrace pain is to accept that life will not give you results without effort, that success is not free, and that comfort is a lie. The grind, the struggle, the long nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, it all comes with a cost, and that cost is pain. Those who chase an easy life, those who avoid discomfort, those who seek shortcuts will never experience the depth of achievement that comes from endurance. Pain is the vehicle that separates those who dream from those who do, those who talk from those who act, and those who quit from those who conquer. If you are not willing to sit in the fire, if you are not willing to endure the burn, if you are not willing to stare at your limits and push through them, then 2026 will pass you by while others rise above you. Pain also builds character, and character is everything. It is easy to be kind, strong, and disciplined when life is easy. True strength is revealed when everything around you is falling apart, when your body wants to give up, and when your mind is screaming that you cannot go any further. Pain forces you to confront your weaknesses, to face the truth about yours, and to push beyond what you believed was possible. Every ounce of discomfort endured, every moment of struggle faced head on strengthens your resolve, sharpens your focus, and fortifies your spirit. In 2026, the people who will succeed are not those who avoid pain. They are those who embrace it, who learn from it, and who allow it to shape them into something unbreakable. Pain is temporary, but quitting is permanent. Every time you give up to avoid discomfort, you reinforce weakness and limit your potential. Every time you push through pain, you expand your capacity, grow your resilience, and move closer to the person you are meant to become. Pain is a test of your commitment. It asks you whether you are willing to pay the price for your dreams, whether you are willing to endure what others will not, and whether you are willing to do what it takes to win. The moment you accept pain as part of the process, the moment you stop fearing it, you gain control. Pain no longer controls you. You control how you respond to it. And when you respond with relentless action, persistence, and endurance, pain becomes your ally instead of your enemy. Pain also reveals your priorities. When you are forced to endure struggle, when you are pushed to your limits, you see what matters most. It strips away the distractions, the illusions, the comfort that has kept you stagnant. It exposes who you are, what you want, and what you are willing to fight for. If you want 2026 to be your year, you must allow pain to refine your focus, sharpen your vision, and ignite a hunger that cannot be quenched by temporary comfort or fleeting satisfaction. Pain reveals purpose, and purpose fuels perseverance. Without purpose, pain feels unbearable. With purpose, pain becomes the fuel that propels you forward when others quit. To embrace pain is also to embrace patience. Progress is rarely instant, and our assaults are seldom immediate. Pain teaches you to endure the waiting, to trust the process, and to recognize that the seeds you plant today will take time, effort, and discomfort to grow into the harvest you desire. Every challenge, every struggle, every moment of fatigue is part of the journey. To resist it is to resist growth. To embrace it is to accelerate it. Pain is the crucible in which dreams are forged into reality, and those who endure it patiently and persistently will find that their efforts compound into greatness over time. In 2026, if you want to rise, if you want to dominate, if you want to break past every limit that has held you back, you must embrace pain. You must welcome it as a teacher, a guide, and a fuel for your ambition. You must endure the struggles that others flee from, sacrifice the comfort that others cling to, and push harder when everyone else quits. Pain is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are alive, that you are growing, and that you are stepping into the life you are meant to live. Those who fear pain will remain ordinary. Those who embrace it will rise above, unshakable, unstoppable, and unmatched. Pain is inevitable, but greatness is a choice. You can fight it, avoid it, and hide from it, or you can accept it, harness it, and use it as fuel for the fire inside you. In 2026, the grind will be real. The challenges will be fierce. The sacrifices will be necessary. The pain will come. Your decision is simple. Resist it and remain average, or embrace it and rise into the extraordinary. Pain is not your enemy. It is your gateway. Embrace it, endure it, and let it mold you into someone that no obstacle, no setback, and no limitation can ever defeat. This is your year. This is your grind. This is your transformation. Everything begins in the mind. The battles you fight, the victories you achieve, the limits you break, they all stop. RT, with the thoughts you allow to dominate your consciousness. Too many people live their lives trapped in a reality constructed not by opportunity, not by skill, but by the limits of their own thinking. They wake up and repeat patterns that do not serve them. They accept beliefs about themselves that are untrue, excuses that are hollow, fears that are manufactured. And then they wonder why life does not change, why results are stagnant, why 2026 is passing by without progress. Your reality is a reflection of your mind. And if you do not control your mind, it will control you. If you want this year to be the year you break through, the year you transform, the year you dominate, then you must recognize that your mind is not just important. It is the battlefield where everything is won or lost. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your life. This is the truth that most people ignore. When you tell yourself that you are too tired, too weak, too unworthy, or too late, you are setting the stage for defeat. Your mind believes what you feed it, and if you feed it negativity, doubt, and fear, your life will mirror that. But when you take control of your mental state, when you feed your mind with determination, clarity, and unwavering belief, your reality begins to shift. 2026 is the year to take full responsibility for the messages you allow into your consciousness. You cannot let random thoughts, fleeting emotions, or other people's doubts dictate your path. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind, the master of your thoughts, and the architect of your reality. Controlling your mind means recognizing that every obstacle, setback, or failure is neutral until you assign meaning to it. Two people can experience the exact same situation, and one will crumble while the other rises higher than ever. The difference is mental control. One person allows frustration, anger, and self-doubt to dictate their next move. The other sees the challenge, evaluates it, and uses it as fuel to push harder. Your mind is the lens through which you interpret every experience, and if that lens is warped by fear, insecurity, or indecision, your reality will be distorted. But if you sharpen your focus, train your perception, and build mental resilience, you will see opportunities where others see obstacles, strength where others see weakness, and paths where others see dead ends. Your internal dialogue is the foundation of your reality. Every word you speak to yourself, every thought you repeat, every belief you cling to is constructing the blueprint of your life. If your mind is constantly whispering, I can't, I'm not enough, this is too hard, then your actions will follow suit. You will stop before you start, hesitate when you need to move, and settle when you should dominate. But if your internal dialogue is disciplined, intentional, and relentless, it will push you beyond limits you once believed were permanent. Say to yourself daily, I am capable. I will endure. I will rise above, and watch how your reality bends to match your conviction. 2026 is the year to control the narrative in your mind before you attempt to control anything else in your life. Controlling your mind also requires mastery over emotions. Emotions are powerful. They can drive you forward or hold you back, but they are not always rational. When fear, doubt, or anger take control, decisions become reactive instead of strategic. Discipline of the mind is the ability to acknowledge emotions without letting them dictate your actions. It is the ability to feel fear and still move forward. It is the ability to experience doubt and continue to act. It is the ability to see failure and use it as a lesson rather than a judgment. Your mind must be trained to be the calm commander of your life, not the servant of your feelings. If you can control your mind, you can control your reality, because nothing in the outside world will matter as much as the battle you are fighting within yourself. Visualization and mental rehearsal are tools of this control. Champions across every field know that success is first imagined before it is achieved. You cannot act on a goal you cannot see clearly in your mind. You must create vivid images of the life you desire, the results you want, and the person you intend to become. Picture the grind, picture the struggle, picture the victories, and mentally experience the discipline required to reach them. By training your mind in advance, you prepare your reality to conform to your vision. Your subconscious will recognize the possibilities, your actions will align with the mental blueprint, and your outcomes will begin to match the expectations you have cultivated internally. 2026 is not a year to act blindly. It is a year to think clearly, focus intensely, and see the path to your goals before you take the first step. Controlling your mind also means breaking the chains of limiting beliefs. Too many people are prisoners of what they have been told they cannot do. You're not smart enough. You don't have the resources. It's impossible. These are lies, and they only hold power if you accept them. Mental control is the recognition that these beliefs are not facts. They are opinions, and they can be challenged, reprogrammed, and replaced. Replace them with empowering beliefs. I am capable of more than I know. I will find a way. I will outwork, outthink, and outlast everyone around me. Your mind will follow the beliefs you choose to reinforce, and your reality will become a reflection of those beliefs. 2026 is your opportunity to dismantle every false narrative that has held you back and construct a new one, based on courage, focus, and relentless action. The mind also controls how you respond to setbacks. Life will not be fair, and you will face challenges that seem insurmountable. But your reality is dictated by your reaction. Will you respond with despair, complaint, and retreat? Or will you respond with strategy, resilience, and determination? Mental control means understanding that failure is temporary, that struggle is part of the process, and that every obstacle carries the potential to strengthen you. Your mind shapes how you perceive and interpret events, and that perception will dictate your actions. Control the mind, and you control the response. Control the response, and you control the outcome. Finally, controlling your mind requires relentless practice. It is not a one-time event. It is a daily commitment. It is the conscious effort to monitor your thoughts, evaluate your beliefs, manage your emotions, and intentionally direct your mental energy toward progress. It is the refusal to allow negative voices, distractions, or doubt to take hold. Every hour, every day, every decision is an opportunity to strengthen your mental dominance. 2026 is the year to take ownership of your mind fully, because everything else in your life will follow. If you can master your mind, if you can control your thoughts, manage your emotions, and direct your focus, you will be unstoppable. Your reality will bend to match the power of your mental state. You will see opportunities where others see failure, find solutions where others see problems, and achieve results that others can only dream of. Your mind is the command center, and if you take control of it, 2026 becomes the year you dominate, the year you rise, and the year you prove that nothing in life is stronger than a determined, disciplined, and focused mind. Stop chasing easy wins. This is one of the most powerful lessons you can learn as you step into 2026. Because the truth is that easy wins are illusions. They are fleeting, they are shallow, and they never build the kind of strength, skill, or resilience that real success demands. Too many people spend their lives searching for the shortcut, the path of least resistance, the quick reward that requires minimal effort. They want results without sacrifice, recognition without struggle, and victories without the grind. The problem with this mindset is that easy wins never last. They do not prepare you for the real challenges ahead. They do not test your limits. They do not teach you how to endure, how to overcome, or how to thrive when life is brutal. If you want 2026 to be a year of lasting transformation, a year that reshapes your reality, then you must stop chasing easy wins and start embracing the challenges that will truly build you. Easy wins are seductive because they feel good in the moment. They give you a false sense of accomplishment. You think that finishing a task with minimal effort or taking the easiest route to success is proof that you are winning. But these are illusions. The real measure of greatness is not how comfortable the path was, but how hard the battle was, how many obstacles you overcame, and how much you grew in the process. Easy wins may boost your confidence temporarily, but they do not build competence. They do not develop resilience. They do not teach you to fight when life refuses to give you anything. In 2026, if you continue chasing what is easy, you will be stuck in mediocrity, celebrating small victories while real opportunities pass you by. The most successful people in the world understand this truth. The harder the challenge, the greater the reward. Real success is never handed to you. It is earned through effort, sacrifice, and persistence. Every meaningful achievement requires you to step outside your comfort zone, to endure discomfort, to push past fatigue, fear, and doubt. When you chase easy wins, you deny yourself the growth that comes from struggle. You deny yourself the lessons that only adversity can teach. You deny yourself the opportunity to build a foundation strong enough to support the life you truly want. 2026 is not a year to settle for temporary satisfaction. It is a year to chase what is difficult, what stretches you, and what will leave you stronger, smarter, and more resilient on the other side. Chasing easy wins also creates a dangerous habit: complacency. When you constantly take shortcuts, you train yourself to expect life to bend to your convenience. You learn to avoid challenges, ignore the hard work, and settle for what is immediately comfortable. This mentality is toxic because it leaves you unprepared for the inevitable struggles that life throws at you. Life will never reward those who seek only the easy path. It will test you. It will push you. And it will demand more than you thought you could give. If you are conditioned to chase easy wins, you will crumble when the real challenges arrive. If you embrace difficulty, if you tackle what others avoid, if you refuse the temptation of shortcuts, you will develop a strength that is unshakable and a confidence that is undeniable. Stop chasing easy wins and start chasing mastery. Mastery is never easy. It requires consistent effort, relentless practice, and an unyielding commitment to growth. The path to mastery is full of obstacles, failures, and setbacks. It is uncomfortable, demanding, and at times punishing. But this is where the real victories are born. When you focus on mastery rather than temporary satisfaction, every challenge becomes an opportunity. Every struggle becomes a teacher, and every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. Easy wins may make you feel good for a moment, but mastery transforms you for a lifetime. 2026 is the year to commit to mastery, to embrace the grind, and to pursue the kind of growth that lasts far beyond fleeting victories. Chasing easy wins also limits your vision. When you seek what is simple, you stop looking for what is significant. You stop aiming for impact, for excellence, and for legacy. Easy wins may provide momentary gratification, but they do not change your life. They do not leave a mark. They do not push the boundaries of what you are capable of. If you want to rise above the average, if you want to dominate in 2026, you must pursue challenges that test your limits. You must go after goals that demand more than you have today. You must be willing to fail, to struggle, and to fight harder than anyone else. Easy wins are for those who are content with mediocrity. You are not content. You are here to conquer. Embracing difficulty also teaches resilience. Pain, struggle, and hard work are the teachers that prepare you for the storms of life. Easy wins never teach you how to endure when everything is against you. They never teach you how to maintain focus when distractions are everywhere. They never teach you how to keep going when others quit. The lessons learned from hard battles are invaluable. They stay with you for life. They prepare you to face the next challenge with confidence and courage. In 2026, the people who will rise are those who have trained in the fire, who have faced adversity head on, and who have refused to take the easy route. Chasing hard challenges also builds character. Your values, your discipline, your integrity, and your work ethic are all forged in the heat of difficulty. When you commit to the hard path, you learn what it truly means to persevere. You learn that setbacks are not failures, but feedback. You learn that success is not a destination, but a process. You learn that you are stronger, smarter, and more capable than you ever imagined. Easy wins will never teach you these lessons. Only struggle does. Only persistence does. Only the willingness to face what others avoid does. Finally, stop chasing easy wins because your legacy depends on it. 2026 is not a year for temporary victories. It is a year for building something that lasts. It is a year to create results, impact, and influence that cannot be undone by time or circumstance. Easy wins may make you feel good today, but they do not define who you are or who you will become. If you want to be remembered, if you want to make a mark, if you want to live a life that inspires, you must pursue the challenges that matter, even when they are difficult, uncomfortable, and demanding. These are the wins that change lives, your life and the lives of those around you. If you want 2026 to be a year of transformation, you must stop chasing what is easy. You must embrace struggle, endure discomfort, and pursue challenges that others are too afraid to face. The results you desire, the success you crave, and the person you want to become will never come from shortcuts, minimal effort, or temporary satisfaction. They come from persistence, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of what is meaningful. Easy wins are fleeting. Hard victories last a lifetime. Make the decision today. Stop chasing easy wins. Embrace the grind and let 2026 be the year that defines your greatness. Owning your life fully is the ultimate principle of success, the foundation upon which everything else in 2026 will be built. It is the refusal to allow anyone, any circumstance, or any failure to dictate your direction, your mindset, or your destiny. Too many people live their lives as though they are passengers, drifting wherever the currents of chance and the opinions of others take them. They blame the world, blame circumstance, NCEs, blame other people for their lack of progress, and then wonder why they never achieve the greatness they dream of. Owning your life fully means taking complete responsibility for every action, every thought, every choice, and every outcome. It means recognizing that no one else controls your results, no one else determines your happiness, and no one else can define the limits of your potential. To own your life fully, you must first stop making excuses. Excuses are the anchor that keeps people trapped in mediocrity. They are the lies we tell ourselves to avoid the discomfort of growth and the accountability of responsibility. I don't have the resources. I wasn't ready. I don't have time. These are all excuses. They are illusions of limitation. Owning your life means refusing to let excuses control your narrative. It means acknowledging that life will never be perfect, that circumstances will always present challenges, and that the only way to move forward is to act anyway. The moment you stop blaming, the moment you stop rationalizing, the moment you stop hiding behind what you cannot control and start taking ownership of what you can, that is when your power becomes undeniable. Owning your life fully also means taking control of your mind. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape your reality. If you allow fear, doubt, or negativity to dominate your mind, you will remain a victim of circumstance. If you take control of your mental state, however, you become unstoppable. You determine how you respond to setbacks, how you handle criticism, and how you push forward when the world says no. Owning your mind is owning your reality, because your actions flow directly from your thoughts. The person who owns their life refuses to let external events dictate internal responses. They recognize that they are the author of their story, and they write every chapter with intention, focus, and relentless drive. Owning your life fully also requires embracing accountability. Accountability is brutal, but it is liberating. When you hold yourself accountable for your actions, for your failures, for your choices, you remove the power of external factors to define you. You acknowledge that the results you receive, whether success or failure, are a reflection of your effort, focus, and commitment. This level of ownership transforms your perspective on life. Setbacks are no longer excuses, they are lessons. Criticism is no longer a threat, it is feedback. Obstacles are no longer barriers. There are opportunities to grow stronger. 2026 is the year to stop waiting for permission, stop waiting for validation, and start holding yourself accountable for every single aspect of your existence. To own your life fully, you must also embrace total responsibility for your time. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever have. And yet most people squander it on distractions, procrastination, and meaningless activity. Owning your life means being ruthlessly deliberate with how you spend your hours, your minutes, and your energy. It means prioritizing what matters, cutting out what does not, and dedicating yourself to the actions that will move you toward your goals. It means understanding that time wasted is opportunity lost, and opportunity lost is potential forever unclaimed. If you want 2026 to be the year you rise, the year you dominate, and the year you achieve, then you must respect time as your most precious resource and own every second of it fully. Owning your life fully also demands total honesty with yourself. You cannot take control if you are blind to the truth. You must confront your weaknesses, acknowledge your fears, and recognize your patterns of self-sabotage. You must admit when you have been lazy, inconsistent, or distracted. You move and face the reality of where you are and take responsibility for where you are going. This honesty is not easy. It is painful, uncomfortable, and humbling, but it is necessary. Only when you are brutally honest with yourself can you make the decisions, take the actions, and create the results that will transform your life. Taking ownership also requires decisiveness. Indecision is the enemy of progress. Every moment spent hesitating, questioning, or doubting is a moment lost to someone who is willing to act. Owning your life fully means making decisions with clarity, confidence, and commitment. It means understanding that mistakes will happen, but that inaction is far more costly than failure. It means trusting yourself to take the steps necessary to move forward, even when the path is unclear. The person who owns their life is decisive because they know that control is not about waiting for perfect conditions. It is about acting with purpose, courage, and relentless focus despite uncertainty. Owning your life fully also means embracing the discomfort of growth. Life will never hand you exactly what you want. It will demand sacrifice, struggle, and discomfort. Those who own their lives do not shrink from this reality. They run toward it. They understand that true success is forged in the fire of challenge, that growth requires pushing beyond the familiar, and that transformation comes only when you refuse to settle for mediocrity. 2026 is a year to step into discomfort, embrace the grind, and take control of your destiny with fearless determination. Owning your life fully is also about influence. When you take complete responsibility for yourself, when you dominate your actions, your mindset, and your choices, you become an example for others. Your accountability, discipline, and relentless pursuit of excellence create a ripple effect. Those around you are inspired not because you speak, but because they witness the power of ownership in action. Leadership begins with self-mastery. You cannot inspire others if you do not first control your own life. Owning your life fully amplifies your impact because it allows you to operate from a position of strength, clarity, and purpose that others cannot ignore. Finally, owning your life fully is about freedom. True freedom is not found in circumstances, wealth, or comfort. It is found in the ability to take responsibility for your own destiny. It is the ability to act according to your values, to pursue your goals without excuse, and to create a reality that reflects your highest vision of yourself. When you own your life, you no longer wait for permission, for luck, or for opportunity. You make it happen. You become unstoppable because you have accepted that everything begins and ends with you. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you cultivate are the only things that truly determine your life. 2026 is your year. This is the year to stop blaming, stop rationalizing, stop waiting for someone else to act. This is the year to fully own your life. Take responsibility for your mind, your body, your actions, your time, your choices, and your results. Be honest with yourself. Embrace discomfort. Make decisions decisively and hold yourself accountable for every outcome. Stop chasing excuses and start creating. Stop drifting and start leading. Stop living passively and start dominating. Own your life fully, because when you do, nothing can stop you, nothing can control you, and nothing can take away the power that comes from being completely, unapologetically responsible for your own destiny. As we stand at the edge of 2026, it is time to look yourself in the mirror and face a truth most people refuse to see. Nothing is going to change for you unless you change. The year A, head will not hand you success, opportunity, or recognition. It will not reward your excuses, your comfort, or your hesitation. If you want to rise above, if you want to dominate, if you want to transform your life, then it is all on you. Every ounce of progress, every victory, every breakthrough begins with a decision. The decision to grind, the decision to push, the decision to refuse mediocrity. This is the year to stop waiting for permission, stop blaming circumstances, and start claiming what belongs to you. Think about every time you held back, every time you settled, every time you chose comfort over growth. That stops here. That stops now. 2026 is not a year for half-hearted attempts or fleeting motivation. It is a year for relentless effort, for unwavering focus, and for the kind of sacrifice that separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. You will feel fatigue, doubt, and fear. You will be tested, pushed to your limits, and forced to confront everything that has held you back. And you know what? That's exactly what you need. Because it is in those moments when your mind screams quit, when your body protests, when the world doubts you, that greatness is forged. This year is your opportunity to outwork everyone, to embrace pain, to master your mind, to stop chasing easy wins, and to fully own your life. Every day, every decision, every action matters. You cannot afford distraction. You cannot afford hesitation. You cannot afford to wait for someone else to validate your effort. Your life is yours. Your grind, your fight, your journey. If you want to rise, you must step into the fire. If you want results, you must endure the struggle. If you want to dominate, you must refuse to quit when others do. And here is the secret most people will never understand. The world will test you because it wants to see if you are ready to take what is yours. Opportunities will come disguised as challenges. Success will arrive wrapped in struggle. And if you rise to meet it, if you grind harder than anyone else, if you endure, if you persist, if you refuse to surrender, then nothing can stop you. You will become unstoppable, unshakable, undeniable. You will rise while others fall. You will dominate while others hesitate. You will build a life that reflects the power, the vision, and the discipline that you have cultivated. So here is my challenge to you. Commit. Commit to the grind. Commit to the struggle. Commit to your growth. Stop chasing comfort. Stop waiting for permission, and stop settling for anything less than your potential. 2026 is your year to rise, to fight, to outwork, to endure, and to own your life fully. When you embrace that, when you step into your purpose with relentless intensity, there is nothing left that can hold you back. Your time is now. Your grind starts today. Your life is yours to claim. And the world will have no choice but to witness the power of someone who refuses to quit.